So really simply, if you can't get paid up front for your services, then you're not solving a very valuable problem. And so you picked a bad field. I would say, oh, I'm sorry, I cannot work for you. I would just go work for someone else. I understand that you're specializing in wind turbines. If they cared enough, they would pay you ahead of time. If you're good at it, they'll pay you ahead of time. But they probably have lots of people that are willing to work with them, which is why their payment terms suck so bad. There's lots of companies that they work with that I guarantee that those aren't the terms. Just for example, I work in the waste industry, and there's no way you can get them to these terms. Sorry, there's disposal companies, landfills. They're the ones that control the industry. They're the controller of the industry because they are the critical piece that is. They're the hardest. They're the hardest piece to replace. You want to have the most valuable link in the chain. And so in our case, the waste facilities is the most important piece. You can't take that away. If you take that away, there's nothing, there's no business at all. But you can replace all the other pieces. There's lots of transfer stations, there's lots of trucking companies, there's lots of dumpster companies, there's lots of contractors that fill the dumpsters. There's lots of recycling facilities, but there's not a lot of landfills. That's the golden link. And why do I bring them up? Because if you try to say to a landfill, hey, we're going to pay you in 90 days, you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, you can't come in. We're not going to accept your waste. We're not going to service you. And that's what you have to do. You have to have an important enough link to say, nope, I get paid in 30 days, or I get paid upfront, or at time of service. But you have to be able to dictate those terms. And if you can't dictate those terms, then you're not in charge. They are. And you don't have a business, you're going to die. So it's not a rookie mistake. It's just you're playing in a league that is super hyper competitive. And the only ones that can survive in it are ones that are well established and have the ability to go, they can go negative in the cash flow. And you can't do that. You're a one-man show. So do not be, you get to switch industries. It's that simple. And I know people brought up factoring, taking out loans. That's just a bad way to go. It's just such a bad idea. Unless the only way around that is if you got a loan and you said, all right, this loan is going to be 10% interest because interest rates are insane right now. It's probably more. Let's say 12% interest. You got a loan with a 12% interest rate annualized, not this 3 per month. And when you price your work, you price that into your work. So you take out a loan. Let's say you need, I don't know, 50 grand. So I take out a loan for $50,000 to do this work. And let's say that's my labor. So that's like half of my salary for the year or something, whatever. So anyway, you take out this loan for $50,000. You're paying the interest on that loan, which you definitely need to get at least enough upfront to pay for that interest, because they're not going to let you go without making monthly payments. Oh my gosh, this isn't going to work. This is not going to work at all. So that's what I would do. That's the only way this would work in the current circumstances, is you get a line of credit for 12% interest, which is really high, but that's where it is right now. And you pay them over time while you wait for the money, and you just factor that into your pricing. Okay. And you better have fat margins if you're using your own labor to do this stuff.